Oh, yeah. It is the Odd Couple. I'm Chris Broussard alongside my partner,
Rob Parker.
And we're coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com to get yourself a free rate quote. And we are excited to be here with you today. Such a great show planned for you. There's college football. Of course, the playoff rankings were released yesterday. There's always pro football. There's basketball. Big game coming up tonight on national TV, or maybe not.
Well, sort of.
We'll get to that, of course. And at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern, in less than 30 minutes, we'll be joined by Super Bowl champion Fox football analyst Dave Wannstedt to talk about the NFL and the NCAA. So definitely want to catch that. Let me welcome in my co-host, Rob Parker. What's happening, man?
What's happening, Mr. Chris Broussard? We already had a full day together.
Yes, we were both up there on Undisputed and The Herd.
And we were back-to-back on Undisputed.
Yes.
One of these days they'll put us on. We should get on and me and you spar.
They should.
Skip and Shannon. Might be too crowded at the table, though, right?
That would be something. Us two against them two.
That would be great.
We got to find something we agree on and that they agree on.
Right. It would be great.
You know what's funny with them is now, remember Shannon was championing Kawhi all last postseason.
Oh, but this changed.
And now he's flipped. I'm waiting for him to start calling him number 2. I think that could happen.
That would be
soon.
funny.
Yeah, so, it was a lot of fun up there, and now it's time to get loose
and,
on the Odd Couple.
You know, anybody who follows me on Twitter or Instagram know I got like a little sneaker thing. Chris just bought me a beautiful pair of 12s.
That's enough.
Black suede.
I was walking in the Fox FS1 studios today. I saw Uncle Jimmy from Speak for Yourself.
Right.
And he walks by. He said, "Hey, yo, I'm sorry about them shoes you had to come off on." Everywhere I go,
you've heard
people are hitting me with, "I had to buy you Jordans,"
and so
I don't need it from you. All right, you got your shoes. Be happy with that.
Thank you, but I still wound up buying another pair. I bought some 5s.
You were good for about 3 months.
Yeah, I was. I wasn't buying.
And now you're back out of control.
But these are nice, Chris, aren't they?
Yeah, they're nice.
If you're watching on YouTube, you could see it, or you'll see a picture on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. But the 5s, they're gray, and the premiums,
they look
very nice.
They do look good.
They really are.
Look good.
All right, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. Chris, we wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Rob G is our producer. Alex is our engineer. Brian Fenley is our sports anchor. He'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course, Will is our intern. And Elijah is our social media guru. So we are in full effect. They're all on the other side of the glass. Come on, Chris Broussard, on this Worship Wednesday. Let's kick some ass. And we're going to do something starting with the league.
Well, look, the big news, it was a big game tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks against the Los Angeles Clippers. The defending MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, against the defending finals MVP, Kawhi Leonard. Both men firmly in the race for the title of best player in the world.
Who was going to the game tonight?
You were going to go. I was thinking about going, even though it's a 7 o'clock start. I would have missed the first half.
Probably,
from
where we have to drive.
But I did contemplate it. Just to see those two. Now, I'm not even thinking about going. And
guess what I did this morning?
Yeah,
I sent Monique. I sent her an email and said, thank you, but no thank you.
No need to go.
Works at FS1
because Kawhi Leonard's not playing. The Clippers are giving an official reason of that there's some type of knee injury. And the NBA has backed that up. The NBA has said that the Clippers are compliant with the league's rules. They call it the league's resting policy. So here's what
Boulder Dash, Poppycock.
Here's what they're saying, Rob.
Nonsense.
They're saying that basically the Clippers are like, look, we've got a long range plan, and This is a part of it. Let me cut through the nonsense.
I was going to say,
what they're
please.
saying is that Kawhi is damaged goods. Now, I don't think he is, but that's what they're saying. Because they're saying he's damaged goods in that he can't play 82 games or 80 games or whatever. If he does, he's not going to be able to play during the playoffs. And so they're saying we have to manage this knee. We have to manage this injury, and therefore we have to have him hold him out of certain games back-to-backs. Hold him out of one half of the back-to-back games, and that's just the way it is. Now, that's what they're saying. I don't believe it. I don't think Kawhi is injured. I don't think he's hurt any more than any other player. Last year, I could live with we sat out 22 games last year. I could live with that because you were coming off a season in which you only played 9 games.
Thank you.
And, I get that. But you played every game in the playoffs, were brilliant, led your team to the championship, and opening night, the Warriors said you're 100%, there's no limitations. So what? You've sat out 2 games in 8 games. 2 of the 8 games you've sat out. And what I'm saying, Rob, you go ahead, because I know you want to go off, and I got a few other thoughts.
This is just, Chris, this is the ridiculous part. And Adam Silver should be ashamed of himself, again showing he's just a pushover for the players, doesn't care about the fans, and he doesn't. He doesn't care about the money that they spend and whether or not they matter. And I'm not going to buy this. Chris, if he has a bad knee, Kawhi, sit out until your knee is better. Don't play at all. Don't play a single game. I'd rather him sit out the next 3 months until his knee is better and he can play basketball again. I'm not buying this. He's resting, saving himself for the playoffs, and it's not fair. It is not fair. And I want a lawyer who's out here listening to us, Chris, right now, to call in. Do fans have a legal, could they have a class action suit against the NBA for consumer fraud? When they sell me, did they tell me this when I bought my season tickets, Chris, for the Clippers? No, I didn't buy any. I'm talking about as a fan.
No.
Did they tell me this? His knee is damaged. He can't play back-to-back. Please let me know so I can decide in good faith whether I want to spend my money on Clipper season tickets. If you're an attorney, I would love to hear from you. And this is the way that they market 877-99 on Fox is the number. This is the way that they market the games. Come see Kawhi against Giannis. That's what they say. They don't say scheduled to play. They can't even do that on television. Tell you who's going to be on, Chris, and they not be on. They can't even do that. Whenever they have those big award shows or whatever, or they say scheduled to appear. Snoop Dogg. You know why? In case he doesn't show up. You can't do it to people who are buying tickets and spending money. It isn't fair. Stop it. It's the greediest thing I've ever seen. They want their cake and eat it too. We want to sell you tickets and then not play. When people get hurt, I get it. I'm all on board. You got a bad knee, you can't play. Tough luck. That happens in sports. I'm not buying this at all, and I think it's a damn shame what the NBA and now what,
hold on.
the
NBA
Adam Silver
needs to enforce it.
has signed off on.
The NBA needs to enforce it, but don't let Kawhi Leonard the Clippers are in a bad spot too. Kawhi Leonard signed a 2-year deal or 3-year deal, but the last is a player option. So he's got them over a barrel too. They don't want to lose him, and so they're going to go along with it, but he can't escape blame either. You know, I mean, and here's what the league said. The league office, is a direct quote, in consultation with the NBA's director of sports medicine, is comfortable with team medical staff's determination that Leonard is not sufficiently healthy to play in back-to-back games at this time. That's why I said they're telling you he's damaged goods.
No,
there is no other indication that this guy isn't healthy. When he's out there, he's playing tremendous basketball. And so it is just it's ridiculous what is going on. And I think personally, Rob, there's some sort of maybe a mental block with Kawhi. He's only played more than 70 games twice in his career. 2 of his 8 years, he's played 70 or more games. I think he feels like if I play more, I may injure myself. There's no other – I don't know what the explanation for this is.
I think I didn't have a problem last year like you because he was coming off an injury. He had questions about how his care was handled.
If Paul George comes back and they do this, that's fine.
He's coming off a major injury. I get that. But he played, like you say, last year. He played, and I know they didn't play back-to-back. I just wonder if they had to play back-to-back, would he really have sat out a playoff game? I don't believe he would have, but that's just me talking. I just think it's wrong, and fans are always the ones left holding the bag. And I just think it's unfair. And if I'm ESPN, Chris, is it ESPN tonight or TV?
Yeah, ESPN.
If I spend all this money, we tripled the NBA fee for TV rights, tripled it. And now here's a marquee game that people can watch, right? And it's not. And do you see the ad that they had for the game? It's just a picture of Giannis. Oh, is that nice?
They need to get the NBAPA, National Basketball Players Association, needs to get involved too. Because here's the deal. If this continues and maybe gets worse, not just Kawhi, but other players really start doing it, the NBA or the ESPN or whatever other network bids on the NBA regular season games, they're going to take that into consideration.
Why not? I would.
Right. ESPN should be furious right now. They're going to take it into consideration, and they're going to offer the NBA a lesser deal.
And you remember.
And that's going to affect the salary cap, and players are going to make less money. The reason, remember a few years ago when the salary cap jumped, that was because ESPN overpaid for the NBA rights.
They tripled
it. Had to let go of a lot of employees because of it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's directly related. NBA and your players, do not get it twisted. If fans get sick and tired of this mess, it is going to hurt you in the pocket.
In the long run, it will hurt you.
LeBron James in his 17th year out there playing hard. And Kawhi, 8 games into the year,
has
to sit out twice?